Good morning, Magda. Good morning. Let's go. 20
Good
May.
morning, Thom. Yeah, we jump directly into the news.
Straight into it. Trying to keep people's time is worth a lot, so we keep it valuable. Keep it on 10 minutes. Let's go. First story.
Poland priced to dole out 70,000 euros to tempt startups to Poland. The Polish Agency for Enterprise Development has just selected new entities that will work with the originators and awarding funds for the implementation of young, prospective projects. The initiative is aimed exclusively at foreign startups.
Yeah, okay. Not big money if you're going to move to Poland, 70,000 euros, but okay, I guess maybe it's not bad for a startup, right?
Yeah. I was wondering about it, that it's not a lot of money, but still it will help them to develop, of course.
Yeah, so I think the Poland Prize has maybe 9, 10, or 11 entities, which are a combination of VCs or accelerators who have this money then to invest in the companies as well. This is a separate thing. This is a grant. And then the Poland Prize part is additional funds to invest in the startup. So anyway, Poland's really pushing hard to get seed these startups and these matching monies for VCs. Good thing. Okay, next story.
Rzeszow to host Hydrogen Valley cluster. The Podkarpacie region will be enriched with the Hydrogen Valley, one of the first in Poland. On May 19, a letter of intent was signed on the creation of the Podkarpackie Wodorowa Valley. The plan is to develop hydrogen production from electrolysis using surplus electricity from RES.
You know what Rzeszow is doing, or Podkarpackie, is copying the model of the Aviation Valley, which they created, I don't know, 15 years ago, which has been very successful in getting aviation companies to set up in the region. They've become really known for that. So I think this is a cool initiative. It's, of course, really leading edge, cutting edge. Hydrogen energy is new. It's coming. The Japanese, the Koreans, a lot of very high-tech countries are pushing hydrogen as a major renewable source. I know that Rzeszow is going to be having hydrogen-powered buses around, for example.
Oh,
so
that's nice.
It's extremely clean. So we'll see what happens with that, but good idea. I think it's a good idea. So next story.
Polenergia revenues up 40%, shares up 3 times in 12 months. Polenergia, Warsaw Stock Exchange listed Polish energy group, achieved sales revenues in the first quarter of the 2021 of nearly 637 million zlotys compared to 459 million zlotys in the first quarter of 2020.
Yeah, this was we're covering this a bit because we've had a couple of comments, suggestions that we cover more listed companies. So here's a listed company, Polenergia, up 3 times in the last 12 months. They're up because of more green, or let's say wind projects, which are getting support from the government. But of course, major league up because of the offshore JV they've just announced a few months ago. Also, this is backed by Kuczyk family. This is Polenergia, their vehicle. Interesting. We'll see how that develops. Good job with the share price the last 12 months. Okay, next story.
PGNiG acquires 25% interest in Pakistan gas field. PGNiG has acquired a 55% stake in the Muzakkil concession block in central Pakistan. The company estimates the concession resources at 16 billion cubic meters of natural gas.
Okay, I don't have a lot to say about that. Next story.
This is another idea of our government, the next story, that debates new tool for housing policy, which are social rental agencies. The pandemic caused major perturbations in the rental market. Due to the absence of students or employees from abroad on the rental market, some apartment owners lost tenants, unfortunately.
Well, no kidding. So every hotel.
Yeah, it's the same in every country, I think. So it's not so only about Poland.
Yeah. Again, I'm not much to talk about that either. So next story.
Columbus Energy invests in solar cell technology, Saule Technologies. Yeah, we could read interview with Olga Malinkiewicz last week in our BiznesPolska newsletter. Columbus has invested in what will soon be the world's first industrial production line of photovoltaic panels based on groundbreaking perovskite technology, a new generation of cheaper solar cells.
Good. Okay. Well, we've talked about it already. We know
Yeah.
it's solar cells, energy, Columbus Energy investing so that Saul can make it into industrial production. Not particularly new news today. Okay. Next story.
A vaccination certificate program rolls out. The Polish Ministry of Health announced that Poland would take part in a pilot vaccination certificate program starting from the 1st of June. I understand that this will make traveling easier for people that have been vaccinated against COVID-19, yeah, or recovered from the disease.
Well, I think it's maybe recovered, but for sure it's for those who've been vaccinated.
Vaccinated,
as well.
Okay, yeah.
So you're right; it'll make it a lot easier, and it'll make it almost impossible if you haven't had the vaccine. So to make travel, difficult, right?
I read that possibly also for recovered people recovered from COVID-19, so not only vaccinated.
Right. Yeah. So travel is back on. If you have your stamp of approval, we shall see. I'll have my stamp in a couple of weeks. I'm not a conspiracy theorist. I think it's going to be okay. I'm going to be back on the airplanes and traveling and seeing some things and people and clients soon. So we'll see. Next story, next project.
PGE Offshore Wind projects mean ecosystem growth in Gdansk and Gdynia. PGE has signed letters of intent on cooperation in offshore wind with the Maritime University of Gdynia, Gdańsk University of Technology, Institute of Fluid Flow Machinery of the Polish Academy of Sciences in Gdańsk, and the Technical University of Denmark.
Yeah, so then here we have the offshore business is going to be big in Poland, and we're seeing some of it trickle down to academia, to the universities, to the suppliers. And that's obviously good news for the local market, local economy. Again, diversifies the type of jobs. The offshore business has not been something legitimate sector in Poland ever. So it will be. It's huge in Denmark. It's huge in Germany. So we'll see more of that expertise and education and academia coming into Poland, into northern Poland, the coastal side, of course. Interesting to see how that'll develop, but I think it'll be lots of new jobs, lots of new types of jobs coming in, and lots of research being thrown at this as well.
Okay, that's nice. The next story. Yara Marine Technologies opens shop in Gdańsk. The new site will serve turnkey deliveries as part of the company's green tech expansion, such as shore power and wind wings, as well as onboard repairs and upgrades. This marks a milestone for Yara Marine Technologies as they move into installation.
Yeah, I mean, this is basically follows from the previous story perfectly well. So Yara,
perfectly connected.
I think Yara is Danish or Swedish company. So again, coming in, they can see opportunities in the shipbuilding, the ship repair business, the maritime business. A good new project for Gdansk. Okay, next and last story.
5 new jury members at North America CEE Investment Summit and Awards. Newest jury members include Dave Erickson from Screaming Box in San Francisco, Bill Avery from Minneapolis, David Patz from Bilon Group in Warsaw, Przemek Schmidt from Get Back in Warsaw, Rafał Andrzejewski, and Nate Espino.
Yes, so this is really a quite interesting, impressive group of new people have joined the jury in the last few days. We will roll out about 5 more in the coming 2 or 3 days, including 5 or 6 more from the US market. So interesting. So the momentum is building very much for this. The jury is looking very impressive. We're going to go to 40 jury members, quite a lot. And we'll be announcing on Monday a next round of shortlisted companies, perhaps 50 by Monday, and the final 50 by this time next week. So this US, so this North America, Central European Investment Awards is really getting some significant momentum. Looking forward to it. We've also signed up TPA Horvath as a main sponsor as of yesterday, and we'll have a few more news on that coming up. So that's looking pretty good. And all we need now is a bit of the virus to abate a bit more. And we should expect a decent hybrid event with, again, 70 to 80, 90 people in person in Warsaw, and the rest on the very impressive and very interactive Hop-In platform. And of course, yours truly, Magda Klimek, on stage with me on the 17th, right?
Yeah, with pleasure, Thom.
Okay, cool. Pretty short news today, but good news. Talk to you tomorrow. Enjoy today's Thursday, right? Yeah, so see you tomorrow morning.
Yeah, the same to you, Tom. Bye bye. See you.
Thanks, Magda. Bye.